What's up guys, my name is Phil, welcome back to Miranda Detailing. In today's video, we're going to show you guys how to wet sand scratches and defects out of your paint. So guys, wet sanding can be daunting. It can actually be very scary to wet sand a vehicle. Don't worry, we're going to show you guys how to do some entry-level wet sanding, something that is very simple to do, and you can get all these tools yourself at Car Supply's warehouse. Now, what does R.I.D.s mean? Well, it's an acronym for Random Isolated Deeper Scratches. That's what those mean. So if you ever hear a detailer say, we're going to remove some R.I.D.s, that's what that means. They are basically deeper scratches that are in isolated spots that can be removed or at least reduced to some degree so that they don't stand out and look so horrible. So now I do have some scratches here on my own vehicle, but I removed pinstriping about a year ago, but it still left a mark underneath that pinstriping. So I'm going to use the KxK R.I.D.Sticks to remove that. And we can do that very simply and safely. So let's show you some of the tools that we're working with. Well, Mister's going to be joining us for this job today. So here are the products and the tools that we're working with today. So things that are very simple. We have some simple compounds and polishes. These you can buy anywhere, but you can also buy them at Car Supply's warehouse. So check out all the stuff there. You can get a ton of nice towels. So we have some really super plush microfiber towels here. We have some multi-purpose towels that we're going to use to clean the paint. We also have microfiber cutting discs. We also have a polishing pad there. So we also have 3000 grit sandpaper here. So this is actually a nice little sanding disc with cushion here. So this will sand away defects, but it's also relatively safe. So you don't have to worry about burning through paint unless your paint is extremely thin. And then we have some waterless solutions here. We're going to clean the paint first. I just have regular water here that we use for the wet sanding. And of course, the KxK R.I.D.Sticks. So this comes with this nice little kit. I'll show you what it includes. And no, these are not cookies. These are the R.I.D.Stick sanding blocks. Really interesting technology. So we have ones that are a little bit more firm, and then we have these that are softer, a little bit more squishy. And they have this nice centerpiece in here that's a solid piece of plastic or whatever they use, a composite material. And they have dual-sided edges here, so you can see these are a little bit more beveled. And they're like that for a reason. These will cut a little bit differently, and the harder ones here also cut a little bit differently. These are a little bit more aggressive, while these have a little bit more cushion, and will still remove some defects, but for different reasons. If you want all the info on the R.I.D.Sticks, I'll put links down below to kxk.com, where you can get lots more info on how these are designed and how to use them. Oh, Fat Missy came out to play. Hi, Missy. No? Oh, hi. Very cautious. Oh, you're a mess. Get over here. So here's what we're working with. The Avalon just had a little bit of rain and then, of course, pollen on it. And I just washed this about 3 days ago. But of course, the pollen starts to hit. Once you're out in just one rainstorm, it gets to be a mess. So this is what we're going to work on. And you can see right there, see those little lines? That's from where we removed the pinstriping. And that's all around the vehicle. It stops around there because I actually did some correction here. If you remember the video, I'll link it up there in the corner. And we use the microfiber kit from Meguiar's to fully correct this panel. And it still looks good. It's just a mess from the rain and pollen and all that other stuff. So let's get to sanding this. We'll show you a very simple technique to use for the KxK R.I.D.Sticks, and then we'll correct it using the compound here and polish. And I'm going to be using my Max Shine polisher. So this is something that you can get very affordable, and you don't have to break the bank on getting a polisher that is super expensive if you're just starting out. So let's start with a waterless wash. Take your clean towel, and I'm going to clean the surface, and really it's not picking up anything. It's just light dust. So I'm not really worried about inflicting any damage because we're going to be polishing this section anyway. Let's just get it clean, and then I'll bring you in closer to see what the paint looks like after it's nice and cleaned. Now, don't worry about it having protection in it. We're wet sanding, we're polishing and compounding. It's going to strip all that anyway. So here you can clearly see the line, and we want to remove that. And you can actually You can actually feel it a little bit. It's raised up, and over here we already did some testing and we removed it, and it looks so much better. So we're going to continue removing that ugly pinstriping that I don't like, and we're going to use the little soft R.I.D. stick right here with 3000 grit. That's all you need. All right, so that's focused in on that. We're going to take our little sandpaper, and you take the block here, and I'm going to take the beveled edge. You can use the hard edge one, but we're going to finesse it using the beveled edges. You don't get such a hard cut on the edges of the sandpaper. So we're going to use that, and this is so nice. Look at the precision that you get with this little sandwich block here. So using just water, here's the technique. At a 45-degree angle, gently go back and forth and follow the contour of the little curve, because it is on a little curve here, on a little contour of the body panel. And use this technique to remove those horrible lines. So again, we're doing a 45-degree angle and keeping the area small. We don't have to go way extended over. Keep that area nice and tight and small, and work out those marks so you can actually hear where it goes over those lines from the pinstriping. And just gently finesse and sand those little areas out. I'm using just moderate pressure, nothing heavy. You can see it'll build up a slurry. The white stuff is your clear coat. Don't go in circular, don't go all these erratic movements. Use nice precision movements. Now the cool thing is, this little R.I.D. stick here, you can use like a squeegee. So you can squeegee off the water and just kind of see what you're working with here. So the same thing would go with a scratch. If you saw the scratch starting to disappear, that's what you want to see. So you can just barely make out the line there, but it is starting to go away. So when you polish it, it will start to go away. I'm going to go just a little bit further. And you can use this as the squeegee. And now it's starting to blend that line in a little bit better. And don't worry if a scratch or defect does not completely go away, because you don't want to compromise anything. So don't go so far trying to get everything out 100%, because you could inflict more damage. Just be very gentle and finesse it. But here is what wet sanding looks like. And this is just with 3000 grit. Now if we want to go a little bit further, we can switch it up to one of the more solid blocks here. So let's try that and see if it changes anything. So let's wet that area again, still using just 3000 grit, but now we've changed the sanding block, and it's a little bit of a stiffer block, so it's not going to be as soft, and you'll get a little bit more bite. And again, this is still very gentle. This is just 3000 grit, and I know that I have a lot of paint on here because I did some readings with my paint depth gauge, and I know that this panel and a few panels were repainted. So let's go with that. That was a little bit more aggressive. So let's see how that looks after we compound it. So I'm going to use D300 correction compound. This stuff is very underrated. It works extremely well with the microfiber discs. They were designed to work very well with these. So I am going to just spread it out just a little and put it on speed 4. And there you go. Now, of course, it's going to be micromarred, so don't worry about that. So with just a few passes, it clears right up. Looks really nice. Now you can see that's the micromarring that happens from using an aggressive pad like this. So D300 correction compound will easily take out 3000 grit sanding marks, as well as 2000 or even 2500. It is a pretty heavy cutting compound. So you can see the line there and it disappears. So it was removed. Now you see we do have some deep scratches there. We have one right there. So let's attack that a little bit further with the R.I.D.Sticks with 3000 and see if we can remove that. So we have that scratch right there. You can see it right in the light. So let's attack that one with 3000 grit. I'm going to use the stiffer block here. A little bit more water, wet down the block. And I'm putting a little bit more pressure. And you can wipe it away. I still see it there just slightly. And you can use your finger to kind of squeegee it away also. Let's go with that so you can clearly see what that looks like. You can blow out your pad or use a brush to stand the microfibers up again. I'm going to just put one drop here. That's sufficient. And that's all you need for that. So now those scratches are gone. And all we're left with is a little bit of DA haze that will come out with the polishing step. So let's polish this whole section now. We're going to switch out the pad and put a nice Lake Country fine finishing polishing pad here. So we're going to use 210 from Meguiar's Ultra Pro Finishing Polish. I love this stuff. It's basically an upgrade version of 205 from Meguiar's, which I also love. That's all you need for this section. Use a nice plush microfiber towel. And let's look at the results. And here are the results. It looks incredible. Those lines there, completely gone. We wet sanded them out. The scratch that was here, well, they're gone. Looks really nice. So let's start over here and we move over to the corrected panel. Nice and crystal clear. And I barely can focus because there's nothing to focus on. There we go. There you can see the surface of the paint. Looks incredible. All right, guys, so KxK R.I.D.Sticks. It's upside down. No, it's not. I can't tell. KxK R.I.D.Sticks. These things are awesome. You can pick up just a little package here for those little isolated, random, deeper scratches. Random, isolated, deeper scratches. R.I.D. So guys, this comes with 4 of these little blocks. You get 2 of each, the softer ones and the more rigid ones. Look how precise these things are. These things will last you a lifetime, and all you need to purchase are the little wet sanding discs or the wet sanding paper, which you can also purchase separately, and those will last a long time. So you're not sanding an entire vehicle using these little guys. You're using these for precision work, and they work extremely well. So this will be in my arsenal to attack those random isolated deeper scratches that customers hate to see in their beautiful vehicles. Now we can remove them easily with this little kit. And you saw how easy 3000 grit was able to be removed by D300 correction compound. This stuff is very affordable. In fact, it's a very underrated compound. This stuff has been out for a long time, and not a lot of guys use it because they use a lot of other fancy compounds. I like to keep things simple and affordable. That's why I use this stuff. Same goes with the 210 Meguiar's polish. There are a lot of other fancier polishes out there. Keep things simple. This is affordable and it works extremely well. You can even use this as a one-step, and I'll show you how to do that in later videos. You can basically use this on a cutting pad or on an orange foam pad, and it produces amazing results. So never underestimate some of the more affordable products that you can get, and not always go for the most expensive or fanciest polishes. So guys, you can pick up everything here: the towels, the polishes, the compounds, the R.I.D.Sticks, the pads, the discs, and even the Rupes polishing line at Car Supply's warehouse. So go check out the online store and purchase some of this stuff today so that you can either provide some scratch removal for your customers or for your own vehicle. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like it, share it with others who may enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. That way you get notifications each time these videos drop each week and you don't miss stuff. So we'll see you next time, guys. Have a safe week. Take care. R.I.D.Sticks. R.I.D.Sticks. KxK R.I.D.Sticks. KxK R.I.D.Sticks.